consciousness from this idea of being under the domain of something, where fear and doubt magnifies in our lives. It puts you into that higher level of consciousness. And then you can take the tram up to that higher level of consciousness. Isn't that cool? There's a story that kind of exemplifies what we're talking about and how to call in this universal energy. It's about a donkey, a mule. It's about a mule. And this guy's in his car. And this is brought to us by a guy named James Moore. So it's a true story, believe it or not. This guy's in his car, and it was a rainy, wet day like last night. And he's trying to find his directions. He was reading a road map when he's driving, which he shouldn't do. And he drives off the road into the ditch. And his car is stuck in mud. And so what he did, he got out of the car and decided to go over to a nearby farmer and get some help. So he's walking over to this farm, which wasn't too far away, and the guy's sitting there on his porch, and he said, "I need some help, my car's in the ditch." He says, "No problem, that's no problem. Oh, Warwick can take care of this, no problem at all." And he's looking out in the field, and so the man looks out of the field, and here's this haggardly looking old mule sitting there. "Yeah, old Warwick can do it." And he looked back at the guy, and he said, "Am I nuts?" And he looked back at the guy, and the guy said, "Yeah." He kept repeating, "Old Warwick can do his job, he will do it." And so the guy said, "Well, he's nothing to lose." So the two of them go out to the mule, and they take the mule over to the car and hook them up. And then the old farmer says, "Pull John, pull Jake, pull Bill, pull Frank, pull Warwick." And the mule pulled that car out with no problem at all, with ease. And the guy said, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much." And he patted the mule on the head. And he said, "Now I want to ask you a question. Why did you use all those other names to Warwick before you said his name?" He said, "Poor old Warwick, he's nearly blind. And so if he thinks he's a member of a team with a larger group of folks, then he has no problem pulling anything out." That's a metaphor for each of us. Because when we're into it, we're up against something that we feel, how are we going to deal with this situation? We can think of old Warwick. And we're one with this divine energy that has no boundaries. There's no way. It transcends everything in the physical, including Newton's law of physics. It transcends everything. And we're one with it. And we can put in mind that idea that we're one with this divine energy, and we can pull any load all the time. I'm going to close with the idea of patience, because patience is kind of interesting for me. That's one of our things. It's that what it is, it's a respect. When we have patience, we have a respect and an inner knowingness that where we are and what we stand for and who we are and who we identify with, which is the divine energy, we have respect for it, and we stay the heck out of its way. We do not let our conscious mind that says, "No, you can't do this, we're limited, you can't do this or that," and it stays in that past and future. Patience means that we have respect for who we are, that we identify with this divine energy, and we allow it to flow in our lives without our interference. And that's what this month is about. And say it with me loud and clear. And so it is. Thank you.